Okay, so picture this, a dance, born in the fields of Poland, just bursting with life and this kind of raw energy. Now imagine that same dance, but it's all refined and elegant, and it's captivating audiences in the fanciest concert halls in Europe. It's an incredible journey, right? Well, that's the story of the Mazurka, and we're going to dive right into it.
So, have you ever been listening to what you thought was a waltz, but something felt a little off? Like it had this little limp? You know, a playful kind of stumble in its rhythm that just catches you by surprise? If that sounds familiar at all, then you've probably, without even knowing it, run into the Mazurka.
So what is that limp, anyway? Well, think about a waltz. It's got that super predictable rhythm, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Super steady. But the Mazurka, oh, it's a bit of a revel. It messes with things. It shifts that main accent to the second or even the third beat, and that creates this totally unique, energetic bounce. It sounds like a tiny change, but trust me, it's everything. It is the heart and soul of this dance.
Okay, so let's put that all together in a nice, neat package. Officially, the Mazurka is a Polish folk dance, and it comes from a region called Mazovia. And its signature move, the thing that makes it so special, is that offbeat accent. That's what gives it that lively, almost spontaneous feeling.
So where did a dance like this even come from? Well, it wasn't born in some fancy, gilded ballroom. No, it came from the very heart of the Polish countryside. Let's go all the way back to its roots.
Okay, so whatever you're picturing when you think of formal dancing, just forget it. The original Mazurka was just pure, unbottled energy. It was a whole community thing, you know? Think stamping feet, joyful leaps, really intricate footwork that was totally improvised on the spot. This was a dance for the people, by the people.
And this wasn't just a way to pass the time. It was way deeper than that. This dance was a true expression of identity. It grew right out of the traditions of the Mazur people in Poland. It was a genuine piece of who they were.
So you have to wonder, how does a wild, communal folk dance like that end up in the super sophisticated salons of Europe? Well, that's the next chapter in our story, the Great Ballroom Transformation. Yeah, and this change didn't happen overnight. For centuries, the Mazurka was just a folk dance, plain and simple. Then you get to the 18th century, and the Polish aristocracy starts to notice it. They start adapting it for their big, fancy ballrooms. But the real game changer? That was the 19th century, when composers, guys like Chopin, saw its potential and just elevated it into this incredibly sophisticated art form.
And you can see the evolution so clearly when you put them side by side. You've got the raw, kinda untamed energy of the village dance, and then it's transformed into something so much more refined and elegant. All that stamping and hopping, it gives way to these graceful glides and turns. The soul of the dance is still there, for sure, but now it's wearing a tuxedo.
Now, let's switch gears a bit. For a piano student, learning the Mazurka is its own kind of journey. It's really about capturing that whole evolution, from that rustic energy to that refined elegance, all on 88 keys. You see, for a pianist, this is a real journey. You don't just jump into the deep end with the most complex pieces. Not at all. You start with simpler compositions just to get the feel for that really unique rhythm. Then, as you level up, the pieces start demanding more nuance, more emotional depth, and way more technical skill. It's this gradual process of mastering not just the notes, but the real spirit of the dance.
Exactly. It's a step-by-step thing. With every new piece, a pianist isn't just learning harder notes. No, they're expanding their ability to express themselves through the music. They're literally learning how to tell the story of the Mazurka.
So what's the end goal here? What does it really mean to master the Mazurka? Well, it's about going so much further than just the notes on the page.
I mean, of course, you need some serious technical skill. That's a given. But a true performance of a Mazurka, it demands a whole lot more. We're talking about a huge emotional range, an almost intuitive sense of rhythm and timing. That's rubato, and just a profound, deep connection to the heart of the music itself.
And this quote, I think, really gets to the heart of it all. Mazurkas are so much more than just dance music. They're like little musical poems. They can express the entire spectrum of human emotion, everything from pure, unbridled joy to this deep, almost bittersweet longing.
And that's really what it all comes down to, isn't it? Mastering the Mazurka isn't really about your technical prowess. It's about becoming a storyteller. It's about using the music to connect all of us to this incredibly vibrant and beautiful piece of Polish history.
When you think about it, the Mazurka's journey from a simple village dance to a concert hall masterpiece is just extraordinary. And it kind of leaves you with this fascinating question, doesn't it? How many other masterpieces just like it are out there, hidden away in the simple folk traditions all over the world?